Hi everyone, good morning and welcome to today's morning report with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Handtech Markets for Thursday the 17th of July. The European markets have started actually on the back foot today, and that's come after some fresh sanctions that have been imposed upon Russia that have ramped up the pressure on the Russian Federation to try and defuse the situation in Ukraine, but certainly now they're targeting the corporates. Rosneft, for example, the big oil company, is being targeted, and also some other financial and energy companies as well, defence stocks. So that is just taken a bit of the edge off some of the gains that we saw yesterday. The markets are just slightly lower today, about 0.3% in European trading, down on the stock markets. That follows on from another decent close actually on Wall Street. Dow Jones closing at a new all-time high. S&P not far off it as well, so that was a positive session on Wall Street. But if you look at the FX majors, there's no real major moves in early trading. There's a bit of bit of a mixed outlook for the dollar. The yen, for example, is slightly slightly higher, slightly stronger. Sorry, and the cable chart, for example, sterling is slightly weaker, so it's fairly mixed on the dollar. A little bit of dollar weakness, and that's coming after some slight euro strength. Euros are a large component of this dollar index chart, and it is slightly higher today. In terms of economic announcements, what we've got going on today is the European or Eurozone inflation data that comes out at 10 o'clock, 0.5% expected on the flash number, which on the final number, which is the second reading of that flash data that we saw a couple of weeks back, that came in at 0.5%. So in line is the expectation there. That number would not be helpful for the euro. Certainly, the expectation is that there's going to be, if inflation remains subdued in the eurozone, 0.5% is very subdued. If it remains at these sort of levels, then that will encourage the ECB to engage quantitative easing, which subsequently will make the euro weaker, or theoretically so anyway. So that is why that's what we're seeing today, and that's at 10 o'clock today, so 0.5% is expected there. Into the afternoon, you've got US jobless claims. On a weekly jobless claims, they're back at levels not seen since 2007 now, and it continues, as you can see, this trend lower on the jobless claims figure. 310,000 is the expectation. That certainly would be still a positive number considering where we've been. So that would be a decent number to come out with at 130. But other than that, the markets are moving, as I said, on this Russian news. The gold price is slightly higher. It has bounced, and that certainly does suggest that that would be supportive of that. That Russian news is supportive of gold as a flight to safety. So that's possibly why the gold price is slightly higher again today. In terms of my chart of the day, I'm going to be looking at the euro yen, and euro yen has continued to fall in the last few weeks. It had been trading in this band here between 36.70 up towards that key, reaction high at 39.27, but since that false upside break, you'd possibly call it, then the market, the euro yen has been trading almost exclusively lower, putting pressure. Now today it's confirming that breakdown of that support at 36.70. Sorry, 37.60, my mistake, 37.60. And it looks like we're coming back towards a test of that key February low. Interesting, because that could be potentially what we're seeing also on dollar yen as well, ultimately, a test of that key February low. But at the moment, the euro yen is certainly breaking down. You look at all these momentum indicators, that's pretty bearish in terms of RSI continues to fall over around the mid 50s. and it moves towards oversold when it does start to shift to the downside once again. So you've got 33 on the RSI, so there is still downside potential there. You've also got these MACD lines that are firmly camped in the negative territory as well. So across the board, pretty much very negative signals you've got going on. If you look at the intraday chart, I've just zoomed out across the past month here, because this is a resistance band between 3760 and 3770 that we've got, that I would be looking at now as any sort of movement back into that sort of band. I think is a chance to sell. You've had a little bit of euro strength in the last few minutes, as I said, pulling higher against the dollar, and also unwinding a little bit of that downside momentum that we've seen built up overnight. But I think any move back into this band here, I think should be seen as a chance to sell, because you've got all these moving averages pretty bearish. The RSI on the hourly chart is slightly oversold still, so that could still have the scope to unwind a little bit, which could pull euro yen higher back into this band. But I think that would be a chance to sell, and that's what I would be looking for anyway. So I wish you good luck in your trading on euro yen today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.